collective. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Ooh. Thanks for being here, everybody. Let us tap right in. Oh, hold on. We got to get our candle lit here. All right. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. I was wondering about how this posse of females coming after the divine feminine. Let's see. How is this posse of females that are being sent after the divine feminine by these nihilists, or I'm sorry, nihilists? How's that going to work out for the collective, please, Spirit? They're talking about capturing or trapping the essence of a masculine and a feminine who have come together. They've been fighting for a very long time to keep them separated, and they are together in union, and it's going to be official soon, and they are planning infiltration and assassination at the wedding. So I'd like to know how this is going to go about, because they're trying to plant feminine spies and they're not having any luck with the masculines. So now they're using the feminine. So how's that going to work out for the collective, please, Spirit? Are they going to be able to infiltrate this territory, and are they going to be successful with this assassination? Please and thank you, Spirit. Let us know what's going on with the collective regarding this scenario, please. Alrighty, we've got the 9 of Wands. So you're defensive. Your defenses are up regarding a Page of Swords who's coming in wanting to chat you up. Your defenses are up. Oh, cool, baby, what you doing? Oh, come on, you. All right, there you go. Oh, you. Hey, everybody. Toby says hi. Hey, honey, what you got going on there, little buddy? He's wanting to be in my lap. You want to be in Mama's lap? Okay, come on. Oh. All right. All right, well, I don't know how this is going to work out. He's feeling rather needy right now. In the challenge position, please, Spirit. So you got your defenses up regarding some talkative page. Yeah, tell him, baby. Tell him all about it. Queen of Wands. So you're here, you're all fired up, confident. And then subconscious, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So they're thinking about this. Honey, what are you doing? Come on now. Come on now, boy. Get back in your own chair. Get back in your own chair there, buddy. Okay? So, all right. So you got your defenses up. It's time for you to heal, and you got somebody here wanting to come in, be real talkative, right? They're challenged because of your confidence. They're thinking of your fortune. You're protecting your fortune. Whatever it is that is your wealth that belongs to you, you're protecting it. And you're tired. You're tired of this crap. We got the Magician in the reversed. So in the recent past, you've got trickery and illusions, right? Somebody's just really out of touch. they see you and what you got here, and they're like, hey, I'm going for it. It belongs to me. And it's like they're claiming it, right? Well, it's just too damn bad because you're not giving it up. In the intentions and expectations, please, Spirit, what's going on here? We got somebody trying to get away with trickery. 9 of Swords. They're in extreme regret. Somebody's in extreme regret over casting illusions and trying to be tricky with you. In the near future, we've got the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So, they're not focused. They're just talking. The lens is being looked through, please, Spirit. What's going on with the lens that's being looked through? The Hanged Man. Sacrificed. So, there's a pause. There's a sacrifice. There's a letting go. A release. A release of the High Priestess. And that is the turn of the wheel. So, we're gonna have to check this out. Somebody might be trying to sacrifice the High Priestess in order to change their destiny. Okay, in the environment, please, Spirit. What's going on in the environment? Divorce, trauma, grief, depression. Hopes and fears, please, Spirit. The Devil, illusions, and the outcome, please, Spirit. 5 of Pentacles, poverty and hardship, and new beginnings. Somebody's disappointed. And they're in a 2 of Pentacles, so they're trying to maintain balance. They're trying to juggle their priorities. They're disappointed and sad. We got a failure here. The Empress. Utter failure. Disappointment. Ups and downs. We've got the priorities. So the Empress is balancing her priorities here, and somebody's in an utter defeat, a betrayal, because she's recovering. She's making plans for the future, and she's got control of these pentacles here. And these ones are, they failed and they're being abandoned here. The Divine Masculine is in a 9 of Pentacles. So he's compassionate, caring. He's got his reward. And there's a victory here. So, boy, what are you doing? Oh, honey, what are you doing? Come on now. My poor kid. So, yeah, they're trying to, the lens they're looking through is they want to sacrifice the High Priestess in order to change their destiny. They want this High Priestess's destiny. They could be seeing from a new perspective. What do you got going on there, boy? Hey, stop. You're gonna have to chill out. So you've got your defenses up regarding these people who are coming in talking fast, right? Hey, I'm talking fast. I'm trying to get you all, stuck in their head, right? Despair. Somebody's in despair because your defenses are up. You're like, man, I got my defenses up, and they're coming in talking fast. They're experiencing despair because you're in your courage energy. You're confident. You know, they're challenged by your confidence and your pathway. You're confident in your pathway. You're confident in what you're doing. Your pathway is clear. You got got the light, and your pathway is guided by ancestors. These butterflies, which have already undergone the transformation. It could be angels or ancestors. Take it as it resonates. But you're moving toward that light there. You can do it, baby. Go. You can do it. They're thinking about your inheritance. They're in despair over your inheritance. It could be that they've lost in court the inheritance. So they've lost in court. And they're in despair. So this magician was casting illusions with trickery. They were doing magic. Completely out of touch. Ooh, and we got confinement, imprisonment. So the trickster, the illusionist, is in prison. They've lost their freedom. We've got here the Nine of Swords in the reverse. They're in extreme regret. In extreme regret over this gift. They're lacking focus with the Eight of Pentacles reversed. They might be overworked, not able to focus. Great fortune. Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse, so they're not able to get the money. Their new job is boring, and it's not giving them what they need. Regarding a great fortune, they're working for this great fortune. They're lacking focus. In the lens it's being looked through, it's got a sacrifice of the high priestess to swap destinies. It's like they want this. They're looking at the great fortune of this high priestess. They want it, and we've got false person. She's not a false person. So they want to, what? They could be seeing from a new perspective. There is a release. They have to release the high priestess and her destiny because she's not a false person. Yeah, they got to release the high priestess and her destiny because she's not a false person. Three of Swords, there's a heartbreak, trauma, divorce, grief over this courtship. Over her coming into a courtship. Hopes and fears. We got the Devil here. Somebody's feeling trapped because you're in this courtship. They're really feeling desperate to come and break you guys up. They're in deep depression over you two being together. And we've got here, mature man. A mature man is a Devil. Codependent. Codependent, this nihilist, misogynist, narcissist, whatever. He's all mad because you guys got together, and he's completely heartbroken over it. He's a Devil. He's codependent, and he's coming into a Five of Pentacles poverty. Message. A message is there's hardship on the way. Could be a journey and over what they did in a family room. Like somebody may have gone on a journey in a family room. They may have unalived somebody in the family room. We've got bad health. Bad health. So they're going to go on a journey for what they did in a family room. They're in bad health. They could be about ready to transition because they were moving against this high honor couple and trying to get them into poverty. So now they're in court here. over the work that they were doing here. And there is an official person that is the main male. And we got a mature woman who was doing toil and labor, expecting unexpected income, and they're very concerned, and they're thinking about you, Divine Feminine, and your marriage to this person and the sudden wealth that you're going to come into. And it's going to make a change for this wealthy man in the house. He may lose his house. Like, the house is a flesh temple, so they may be losing their house. On the distant horizons, this thief. Message of concern. The privileged lady is expected by the community here. Yeah, so the privileged lady is expected within this community to work in this community. She's innocent, and she's the main female spouse of this main male official person. So it could be over their child, over their future, over their innocence. What are you doing, boy? Goodness gracious. Come on there, fella. What you got going on? You want to get down? I'll help you. Come on. Oh. There you go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Come on. Here's my little fella. There's a release, a pause, Hanged Man. So you've got your defenses up, you're battle worn, you're tired, you want to heal from all this freaking talk. Blah, 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 blah. They're in despair, they're talking fast. Oh my gosh, they want to talk fast. They got all kinds of stuff going on. They want to rush in and take you out. They got to, you know, they want to come in as a friend, or they're in despair. They want to try to present themselves as a friend, but they're not. They're just somebody who's in despair. They're in despair over your courage and over your pathway. It's open. You're headed toward the light. You're going home. You're doing whatever it is. You're transitioning out of here, and your path is guarded by the ancestors. Those who have already undergone the transformation. You might be an ascended master. Thought. They're challenged by their own thoughts about your pathway. You've got your 10 of Pentacles here, your wealth and fortune. They lost in the courthouse. They've lost the fortune. It didn't go well for them in the courthouse. They were trying to sue you, or maybe money. So they lost at the courthouse. It didn't go well for them in the courthouse regarding this money. They were trying to steal it from you, Divine Feminine. They wanted your money. They're coming in acting like they're a friend, but only because they're in despair. They're talking real fast. And you've got your defenses up. You're like, hey, man, I don't even want to talk to you. Why are you pushing in on my energy? I just don't have anything to offer you, and I don't want to hear what you have to say. This trickster, illusionist, is facing imprisonment, or has been imprisoned in the recent past. People are getting, they're losing in the courthouse. They're fraudulent. Tricksters, illusionists. There's nothing honorable about them. Merchant. It could be a merchant that's facing imprisonment. It could be those who were doing trickery, trying to get you sold off to this merchant so that they could take part in your great fortune. It could be that they are they're imprisoned by the merchant. Yeah, because you're innocent. So we've got extreme regret over this gift, overcoming for this gift, or you being the gift. They're in extreme regret and heartbreak over your courtship here. Fortune, over your fortune. You are the gift. This is you're a fortune. And it's not that, I mean, it may not even be a whole lot of material wealth. It's just you've got this beautiful light in you that opens up and rejuvenates everything. One of the comments that I heard last night is that everything you touch is rejuvenated. It's brought back to life and its fullness. So they're not able to focus. They really overworked it. They could have done something way too much trying to come after your great fortune, your light, your life force energy here. They were trying to sacrifice you, High Priestess. And they're not able to cause you a misfortune. So, you know, they're just not able to. They're working real hard at it, but they're not able to cause a great fortune, a misfortune for the great fortune, which is you, which is your life, your light, your life. They overworked themselves. They're out of focus. They can't focus. They're not able to cause you a misfortune. So they have to release the High Priestess and her destiny because she's not a false person. She's like the good and the bad and the ugly is here, and it is what it is. They're seeing from a new perspective. They were trying to sacrifice the High Priestess, but they're not able to cause a misfortune to her great fortune. It is what she is, and they can't take her life from her. It's her life. They were trying to convince the courts that you were all out of sorts, that you were out of balance and out of harmony, that you were militant, that you were warlike, and that you didn't have the wherewithal or the internal self-control in order to be able to manage yourself. We've got wedding here. So there is a wedding. There is a wedding. Whether it's happened in the spirit or it's about ready to happen in the 3D. We got some folks out here. Look, we got prison. They have to release the High Priestess and her destiny. This false person, they didn't want to be seen as a false person, or that she's not a false person. They were trying to frame her, and now there's prison time here. We're going to have to clarify. They're in a 3 of Swords, heartbreak, trauma, grief, despair about this courtship. About your courtship. Sorrow, because there's no sorrow. They couldn't cause you any sorrow. You're in this courtship. You're very happy in it, and they're in fear, right? They're feeling trapped. They're feeling trapped. So you've got this devil, mature man energy here. He's feeling trapped. It could be that he's addicted to your energy. He's addicted to the material wealth that your energy provides him. You're not in sorrow. You're in this courtship. Man, they're in grief. They're in heartbreak over this courtship. Old woman. So this mature man could be an old woman, or he's working with an old woman. They got a 5 of Pentacles, a hardship, message, a sickness. They could be sick over a message they got. Melancholy. So they're sad. They're sad. They're depressed. There's poverty here. Yeah, they've lost everything. They're very sad. The Lord is here. The Lord is here, and in regard the priest whose service was, he was serving death. So he wasn't serving life. It could be that the service that he provided was death. It could be that he is going to be receiving death for the services that he was providing to this devil. There's hope for this child. So there's hope for this child, or your innocence. You never gave up hope. You've been found innocent. You're here in this wedding, or the wedding has taken place and a child will be birthed, and that you always hoped for it. You never gave up hope for it. Somebody's very sad over, they're sick over, this enemy is sick. Look at that. Because they were constantly, you were too constant, like you couldn't budge. They could not budge you out of your north node, or out of your purpose, or out of your disciplined management of self. So the enemy is sick. They could be sick in the head. The room could be the mind. There's waiting. Or maybe they're sick in the head because you're waiting for your lover to show up, and there's cheerfulness. So, and everybody's going to be happy. It's going to bring great happiness. You're waiting for your lover. Somebody, the prideful person, is losing their house, their temple, their physical body. Your foe. Your foe who is trying to take your gift is in despair. So yeah, the message in the evening was that they were gathering a bunch of feminines to come after you, to try to take your gift away. The gift that is you, they're going to be in despair. Thief, scholar, somebody who's practiced in thieving people. So they're sighing, they're upset because you're happy. The pleasure seekers are getting a letter, or they're being informed that they are a servant soldier. A servant soldier. And people are talking about this reunion here, and somebody needs consolation. They might be praying hard because the sweetheart is seen as faithful, royal and loyal. The way they tried to paint her was completely false. They may be going on a journey. They got to go see the doctor. They may be sick, right? And there's happiness here. There's happiness here. Beware, somebody may be falsely celebrating with you regarding your love. They may want to hand off a message of love, some surprise, right, in the waters regarding a young woman wife. Now, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, they're trying to do something to sabotage this. They want to unalive this wife. High priestess. They just won't stop. It just amazes me how many people choose to be hate, you know? And it's like this high priestess, she's just minding her own damn business, and she's got these people trying to take her out, and they're all in despair over her wealth, and it's like over her money, over her light, over her source connection, and this sacred, intuitive embodiment of source energy. She grew the seeds that were within her, you know, that these ones were trying to pollute and mutate. She came out shining. All right, let's see if we can get some decent cards pulled from this deck here. I like the deck. I like the cards. They're just kind of awkward to handle. Childlike expression. You're innocent. And you've got your defenses up. It's time for you to heal. It's like now they're in despair. They want to be your friend. Or they're in despair over the fact that you are a friend. That you were their friend. You were their friend. You were their friend. And they tried to hurt you. You were their friend. And instead they tried to hurt you, talk smack about you, be a real jackwagon toward you, lie on you. They were a real piss poor example of a friend, that's for certain. They're challenged because you're in your Queen of Wands energy. You're independent, you're confident, you're full of life. Your pathway is bright, it's full of light, it's protected by your ancestors. They're all up in their thoughts. They could be having some bad thoughts, like they're in despair. They're in their thoughts over your spiritual practice. You know, these ones wanted to walk around like they were the scholar, like they knew it all, like they were the ones that had all the answers. And here you come in, you're just full of this light, this passion, this vitality, right? You're just ready to live your life. You're happy. You've got a great spiritual practice there. You've got the golden light surrounding you. Your pathway is full of light. Everything about you is this beautiful light, and they can't stop thinking about it, you know? They wanted the money, they wanted the wealth that came from you being you, and they've lost in the courthouse. It didn't go well. They were coming after your 10 of Pentacles, after your money, and they lost in the courthouse. It did not go well for them. It doesn't belong to them. It doesn't freaking belong to them. You got a childlike expression. You're innocent. You are a friend. You're this loving, independent. You did it all on your own, independently, like nobody helped you. In fact, they were trying to stop you, sending in all kinds of riffraff to take you out and mess with you. Enlightenment. Enlightenment. You know what's going on here. You're testifying in the courts over these people. You survived, and now you're bearing witness, and it's not a false witness. You're telling the truth. It's like, this is what happened. This is what they did, and you were just here to serve them, to make their lives better. And they decided that they wanted to destroy you because they never wanted you coming together with your spouse. They wanted to keep you all tied up and continue benefiting off of your services, and they didn't want this other person to take to be involved in that at all. So they were casting tricks and illusions regarding you, and now they're imprisoned. There's an imprisonment. And we've got the merchant here. So they have to deal with the merchant. They made deals with the merchant. They made contracts. It could be that that's them now. You know, they've been buying and selling. You know, the curator's been buying and selling energy of the light-bearing people for centuries, and it could be that now they're caught up by that. There's revelation. It's like, oh no, like revelation. Everything's been revealed. What they've been doing dark magic, upside down, black magic, trying to cause illusions and trickery. And in order to confine you and get you sold to this merchant, there's revelation here. So that it's all been out, what they were doing and what they were trying to do. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So they're in extreme regret over your gift, over your fortune, your 10 of Pentacles, your money. There's enlightenment here. Everybody can see what's been going on here. Look, your joy. Your joy is what drives you. Your joy is what drives you. And they don't have joy. They have despair. They have anger. They have jealousy and envy. And you have this joy. You're out there finding pleasure in the smallest things. You know, you got this little mouse here or whatever. And it's got this little thing on its head, like, you share your goodness with the earth, with the beings of the earth, regardless of what they are. Your joy brings benefit to everything living. One of the things they said last night, these nihilists, they were saying that everything you touch is rejuvenated, is revitalized. And you're driving your train. Joy is what drives you. Joy is what fuels you. Joy is what makes your pathway possible. And they wanted to knock joy out of you. Joy is what brought you a great fortune. You are a gift. You have a fortune in joy. It's who you are. Great fortune. Fortune, gift, 10 of Pentacles, money. And they've got lack of focus, overworked. They're not able to cause you a misfortune. They really want your great fortune. They can't cause a misfortune to you. You are the great fortune, and you're pouring it out into the world, this beautiful revitalizing energy. Everything you touch comes to life. They really want to stop this. What they want to stop is you two coming together. Where did that go? Yeah, they don't want you to have a child. You are high honor, both of you, and they didn't want you to be seen as high honor. They wanted you to give them your identity and your position and all of your fortune. They're still coming here. See, the Hanged Man is here. They were trying to sacrifice the High Priestess, or that was their intention here with this, but they're not able to cause you a misfortune. So now they're seeing from a new perspective. Like they have to release you. There's a pause here. They've got to release this High Priestess and her destiny, because she's not a false person. And they're going to prison for what they've done. They're going to prison. They're going to prison. They cannot prove that this High Priestess is a false person, because she's not. They were trying to frame her and defame her character. That's what's going on in the court right now. They twisted her energy and then dressed up in it while they were driving her into this misfortune. And they wanted her to be seen as though she was incapable of managing her own energy. But they took it from her and then defiled it and degraded it and said that that was her. They defamed her character. So it's in court right now. Personal transformation. It's like the shame and the blame and the guilt and all of that they had her buried under, that they were trying to frame her for. It's over, because she's not a false person. These ones are going to prison for what they did. This false person. You're not accepting any false people in your future. They're going to be imprisoned. You underwent a personal transformation. It's like you're no longer like forgiving and sweet and letting people get away with shit. You're just like, you know what, I'm done. You tried to sacrifice me. You abused me in a bad way. You tried to throw me in prison, and I'm not accepting any false people in my life. And if you try to come into my life, you're going to be locked up. You just go away. It's like you're done. You're like in this mode where you're kind of aggressively protecting yourself from these lying, cheating, scheming, crapola, whatever you want to call them. They lost in the court. There's enlightenment here as to what this truth is. You've got a childlike expression. And what does that say in the Bible when it says you must have the mind and the heart of a child if you're going to see the kingdom of heaven, or something like that? Well, you've got it, and you're a friend, and they really put you through the ringer. You're tired. They're in heartbreak and trauma over this courtship. But you're not in sorrow. They could not cause you sorrow. You're not in sorrow. And we've got surrender. They have to surrender. They've got to surrender. They can't put you in sorrow. They have to surrender. They got to just freaking stop bothering you, man. Stop getting in your energy. Stop trying to force you to deal with them. It's like, you got people wanting to come into your house, right? And you're like, look, I don't want you in my house. I don't like your energy. And so they want to come and punch you out and do you a bad thing because you won't give them access to your sacred space. And so, you feel like you're better than me. It's like, no, man, I just don't like you and I don't want you in my energy. That's all. And they're like, you bitch, So now you got this old woman and this mature man, and there are these devils here. They got hopes. They got high hopes. My buzzer's about ready to go off. That was a quick 45 minutes. They're feeling trapped. They got to surrender here. They couldn't cause you a sorrow. They got to surrender. And you don't feel sorry about it. You're just done. You're like, what? You know what? I don't care about how you feel. I just don't. Reflection in the reverse. Like, there's no reflection. They're not like you. They're the exact opposite of you. They're devil energy, and they're feeling trapped. They're nothing like you. and yet they were trying to take your fortune. So they're in a Five of Pentacles energy, and they're getting a message, and they're in melancholy over it. Well, I'm going to go get that real quick. Oh, I didn't even get a card for the center here. What is this? All right, so they're overworked. They can't focus. They're unable to cause you a misfortune for your great fortune, for you, for your energy, for what you are pouring out into the world. They can't cause you a misfortune. It's like you're doing good things, and they're so angry about it because this devil wants to control everything, and they want to bring suffering into the world. It's so incredible. So we got, what are they going to do with this great fortune? So they're not able to bring misfortune to your great fortune. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. The work that they're doing isn't working. Fulfillment, courage, sustenance. See, this is sustenance. This light, this great fortune, it revitalizes everything. You're pouring life into the world. It's necessary. And look, and it's the fulfillment. Your courage is bringing forth a fulfillment of what? Some prophecy or something. And they're so mad because it's your great fortune that is sustaining, this, whatever this is. You're revitalizing life. See, these ones are nihilists. A nihilist, they worship death, and they want to draw the life out of everything. And your great fortune, and you're pouring life back into everything. They're so upset because they can't bring you a misfortune. They can't claim the great fortune for themselves and then just party hardy in a destitute world and then claim themselves, some god. They're in a Five of Pentacles. The message that they've got has them very sad. They're in melancholy. Because look, they're in melancholy because you've got a positive outlook. They have a Five of Pentacles. They're sick over it. There's a scandal here. And the message that has them sad is that you have a positive outlook. Everybody feels positively about what you got going on here. And they are in a Five of Pentacles. Like they wanted to steal the money, control it, and then have people do their bidding, rather than become the self-sufficient, creative solution providers for this world. Openness, insight. You're very open about what you know. You're sharing your knowledge. And there's a sense of belonging and harmony here. It's like you're not holding yourself from above anyone. It's like there's innocence here and there's blessings because of it. Like you're not this scamming, scheming, cheating, want to go hurt somebody and take their blessing from them. You are the blessing and you're sharing it with the world, right? And you're cultivating splendor. You're pouring it into the world. This beautiful light. And you will achieve it. There could be an achievement of some sort of an acceptance. Maybe people are accepting this gift. Maybe this gift that you are giving is allowing others to achieve their dreams, their goals, their vitality. It's like some folks, and it's an inner knowing of the capacity for love. Like love is what this is. And we've got guidance for healing in this new beginning. And these narcissists, and it's a promise for the future. Look at that. Empowerment is the promise of the future. You're not looking for people to follow you. You're just, I don't even know. It's like you're pouring this in, and people, these ones, these nihilists, they were talking about the magic bus, which is teaching the youth to be creative solution providers in the world, to manifest their own great fortune with love and harmony, right? And it's a steadfast nurturing, like it's not going to stop. It's focused. Understanding, concentration, understanding of the mind, understanding of the knowledge in a spiritual quest. You're very candid about it. And yeah, so you've got some hijackers here that are trying to pretend as though they want to come in and learn, but the only reason that they're coming in is because they want to learn what they can and then hijack you. They're unable to cause you a misfortune as it is right now. They're desperate to stop you from speaking. They're desperate to stop you from giving guidance and hope and empowerment to the youth. So that when they become an adult, they can stand on their own 2 feet. They can have this within inside of themselves. They can pour out their own love, healing, nurturing into the world as they see that it needs to be, as a beautiful source of healing and whatever, ease, grace. Like, growth doesn't require cruelty or infidelity or sneaky behaviors. It just doesn't, But some people really like the control that they have over others when others do their bidding, right? When they can control another's life path by telling them to do this and that in order to fulfill their own thoughts and ideas about the way things should be. Instead, you've got this magic bus and you're empowering the youth to figure it out. Go out there and play, see what it is, know what it is, get dirty with it, I mean, not like dirt, like gardening or, how do you care for the soil so that you get proper nutrition in the food and all of this other stuff. It's like, be empowered, know this stuff, and be the what was it called? It was the planetary creators. Like, you're the one that's dumping your heart, your soul, your energy into the revitalization of the planet that you live upon and the communities that are imbued with this perfect little beauty. So you got your defenses up regarding those who are wanting to talk to you right now. They're coming in, they're energetically talking, they're trying to think fast, they're in despair because you're a friend with a childlike expression. You were innocent and you're experiencing a change for the better. You're bringing a change for the better. They're in despair over it because they try to destroy you. So they're challenged because you're confident. You've got all this beautiful wand energy. And you have like the flowers and the cats and whoever else is there. The little lions on either side of that chair. So the animal kingdom could be supporting you. You got this beautiful light protected by the ancestors, by those who have already undergone the transformation. So you're not alone. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's at least 5 people here that are on your pathway, protecting it, guiding you, surrounding you. They're all up in their thoughts. They can't stop thinking about your spiritual practice. They want to send somebody in to find out exactly what this is and how they can sabotage it. They're in despair. Ram. Yeah. They're in despair. They're a stubborn, aggressive person. It's a ram. Now, you know, ram. What does a ram mean? Oh, I put my other phone away. But ram, there's some entities here that are, you know, in some kind of a authority position or whatever, and it could be that they are all up in their thoughts regarding your spiritual practice. You didn't just do what others said. You didn't fall in line. You were leading yourself according to the divine that walks with you, even though it looks like you're alone, right? You don't need a middleman when it comes to your spiritual practice. You don't need this devil here to tell you about your connections with the Most High God and Goddess, you know, Divine Mother, Father. You don't need him to tell you what that's all about. You just don't. They're in despair over your Ten of Pentacles, your wealth, your fortune. They're all upset that you're going to have a life of luxury. They want to hijack it. They want to replace you in a bad way with their own chosen ones, just like they did previous cycle. I don't know if in the previous cycle, however many thousands of years ago, that there was unification. It could be, and if there was, then they are unified now, and they are fully aware of the betrayal that occurred since then. And so this is, you know, they're aware of the betrayal. So you've got your Ten of Pentacles here. It did not go well for them in the courthouse regarding your money, because there's enlightenment here. You're enlightened. You're testifying in the courts. They're so upset. They're mad. Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Shows strength and fortitude. So this is what you are. You're like, I'm not backing down. This is my stuff. This belongs to me. Ear. Good news. So people are listening. People hear you. And, you know, and they see what you have gone through, and the information that you're sharing here is enlightening people. So you did not back down, and that's good news. And you're bringing good news to the people. You're successful. You're successful. You're bringing. People want to hear how were you successful here? I mean, they want a new way of doing things. Like, how can I be that? You know, not this devil out there that wants to find out how so that they can sabotage you. But you got people that are really genuinely interested on how to get where you are. How do they get the Ten of Pentacles and the money? How do they get this beautiful pathway full of light? You know, and how do they transform with this spiritual practice? You are successful. You did not back down. You are enlightened. You have brought enlightenment to this circumstance. There's a magician here. So you got a manipulator. It could be the black arts, black magic, whatever. They were casting illusions and trickery. There's imprisonment, the merchant, and a revelation. So something's been revealed about there's something been revealed about their trickery regarding imprisonment and selling life to this merchant. So the truth has come out about them doing these kinds of things. Older man dealings or a relationship with an older man. So this could be an older man. Yeah. So the truth is out about what these people have been doing with their trickery. They've been twisting people's energy and saying that they were that, getting them convicted, and then selling them off to this merchant for their actual life force vitality, their essence, their flesh suit, their womb, their sperm, whatever, their eggs, their ova, you know, to increase the genetics of other life forms. They've been using and harvesting the organic humans to improve their own species. They made a whole freaking business practice out of it. So now they're in extreme regret because you are the gift and you are a fortune. You got a fortune of joy. You are driving your own train. Problems to be resolved. So there's problems. You're driving the train regarding these problems that need to be resolved. people here, you know, working against you, trying to cause you misfortune. You know, they're not able to. The divine sees what they're doing. Your great fortune here, your courage, and you are bringing a fulfillment to the sustenance that is needed for life. Like these ones were worshiping death and sucking the life force vitality out of every living thing, no matter what it was, whether it be a tree or the soil or your vessel. You know, they really wanted it all to just be crushed and obliterated, and then turned into whatever they could claim as their own creation, you know, and then do with whatever they wanted. But everything you touch is being revitalized. You are the sustenance of the world. You're the life giver, the light giver. The bread, the sustenance, the nourishment that makes everything healthy. It's your abundance of light, your abundance of joy, your childlike expression and connection with the divine, the light, the love, your spiritual practice, which keeps you connected to source, you know, of the higher dimensional type of stuff. These ones have been calling you a soprano. So you are of a higher dimensional reality. They've also called you a general. So it's not like you may have a childlike expression, but you are definitely skilled, and you're not warlike. Why should you be? All you have to do is pour out great abundance and heal things. All you have to do is bring everything into a healthy state. You don't have to cause war to prove you're great. So we've got flute, but it came out in the reverse, and this is disappointment in a friend or lover. So you are not disappointed in your friend or your lover. They're bringing you no disappointment. They are here with you, and look, there's no sorrow. You're very, very, it's not bringing you any sorrow at all. You're very happy. You're very satisfied with that. You've undergone a personal transformation. You're very satisfied, happy with this friend, with this lover. So they're starting to see things from a new perspective regarding this high priestess. There's a change in this destiny. There's a turning point. Like the false people, we're not having any more false people. They're going to prison. They're not going to be allowed to be here to mess up this storyline anymore. It's like, piss off, man. Stop trying to pour poison into the bread. Stop mixing poison in with the bread, man. Stop it. So they're in a heartbreak and a trauma. They're in grief over your courtship here. They couldn't bring you sorrow. They're surrendering. They have to surrender. Or maybe they're and you're surrendered to your path, and you just like, whatever it is, the divine will always guide you correctly if you just surrender to the flow of what it is, right? And maintain your inner harmony. We've got arrow in the reverse, and it says you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life, and it's in the reverse. So they could not bring you, they have to surrender what this is. They're in heartbreak over you two coming together, and you're not in sorrow about it. They can't cause you sorrow. So they have to surrender the pathway. They have to surrender your pathway. They cannot have it. You've undergone a personal transformation. They weren't what you said they said you were. There's a devil energy here. They're feeling trapped, a mature man, an old woman, and we've got reflection in the reverse. Like they can't mirror you. They're unable to mirror you. They have to surrender. Yeah, they can't mirror you, right? There's no love in them. They can't reflect this. They can't pretend it. They can't mimic it. You know, they can act like they are love, but their heart is black. They can't reflect the purity of you. They just can't. You have love, deep affection, and caring in your heart. They just don't. You know what they have? They have this. Failed success is what they have. They were trying to cause you misfortune. That's all that's in their heart. They've got this despair. They were wanting to imprison you, sell you off to a merchant. And it's being revealed. It's revealed that that's what they were doing with their black magic. They were trying to imprison you and send you off to the merchant with their black magic, with their trickery, with their illusions. They wanted you to be seen as unworthy, and they wanted to sell you for profit. So they're in a Five of Pentacles energy. They're sick about it. There's a big scandal. They're getting the message, which brings them melancholy. You have a positive outlook, and it could be that the message is that people have a positive outlook regarding you. Whoa. Booster. Yeah. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. They're arrogant, boastful people. They're cocky, they're envious, they're mean. They're mean. You have successfully overcome your problems. And you have dealings or relationship with a man, which is right here. You are not self-deluded. And you could be wise as an owl, offering advice, offering counseling, offering something. So funnel, like you were funneled down. The greatness of you was funneled down into a very small, pitiful life. And they wanted you to be seen as such. But you weren't greedy. You didn't get greedy. You didn't go out and try to hurt others for gain. They were just trying to cause you trouble. They were making accusations, trying to cause trouble for you. But they could not get your career. You're taking a vacation. You're going to go on a vacation. You've got a new job here. And pleasure with a close friend. You got a life of pleasure coming forward. Let's try this. Let's try this half. Pull another one of these. Months of the year. December. They could have done something in December. They're in despair over something they did in December. You have a childlike expression. It's a change for the better. You're a friend to the people. They're in despair. You're battle worn and your defenses are up. You're like, dude, whoa. They're challenged because you're in your Queen of Wands energy, very independent, very confident. Your pathway is bright and shining and it's protected. And also, you've got like at least 5 other people on your pathway here. They're all up in their thoughts. It's a stubborn, aggressive person, a ram, regarding your spiritual practice. And we've got broken ring in the reverse. It says parting of the ways in either romance or business. They could not get you separated because of your spiritual practice. Like you were very loud, very bold, very bright, right? Shining your light. And these ones kept saying, she's sabotaging herself. She's sabotaging herself, you know, because you were being loud and speaking your truth. Speaking about what has been happening to you. You're enlightened and you're not backing down from opposition. You're showing strength and fortitude. You've been very resilient in these attacks by this devilish energy. And man, they could not get you separated. They could not get this broken ring here. See, they wanted you divorced out. They wanted you divorced out. They wanted to frame you as that. But guess what? The divine is like, They really did their research, and they're like, what's going on here? Who's who? What's what? And now you're in court. And you got a big old lawsuit in court, and you're testifying. And these folks are very, very upset because it's not going well for them. We've got Axe in the reverse. Forces working against you. So these forces that are working against you, it's not working. They're not able to work against you because you didn't back down. You got good news. It's a success. Their forces working against you did not work. And we've got older woman. So there's an older woman here in the reverse. So whatever this older woman was doing, it didn't work. She wasn't able to get you cut out. Yeah, this old woman. She didn't want to be seen as an old woman. She wanted to take your place, this shapeshifter, Agent Smith, whatever, but it didn't work out. So it's seen, there's a revelation that what this older man was doing was tricking people, causing illusions for them, and then imprisoning them, and then selling them to the merchant. They were framing people, deceitfully framing people and charging them with circumstances that they themselves drove them into. You've got a recognition, a reward for your merit. You've brought revelation. You have brought awareness to this circumstance. And now there's an archway. You could be an archangel. We've got new opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up. So you could have been very successful in opening up the pathways of communication with the divine, with your spiritual practice, and you were very loud, very bold, and they wanted you to be afraid, and they wanted you to be quiet and stop reaching out and, you know, having the divine of the true hierarchy see you. But you're like, man, I'm gonna I mean, that's what happens, you know, when you get abused for, you know, decades, eventually you're just like, you know, piss on it. I'm just gonna go for it and speak, right? And you did, and you do. They're under extreme regret because you are the gift. You have a great fortune and joy, and you're driving. You're the driver of this chariot here. And you're dealing with problems that are going to be resolved. You're bringing resolution to some of these problems. So people trying to make you do things against your will, they're in extreme regret over that. Cup, you should accept valid criticism. So they didn't accept the advice that they were being offered. They're not able to control their anger. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. You're bringing resolution to these problems. Resolution. And it was all about the money and the property. And you're getting it. Your boat's coming in. See, this is your boat, and they wanted they wanted you to give them your ship. Friendship, partnership, relationship. They need a ship with you and to come in, right? They need your permission to take what's on your ship. But this is your boat. It's your inheritance. They still want to replace you, and they want other people to be seen as you so that they can then steer your territory, the people in your territory, down a path of incoherence. They want them to do as they are told, and they don't want them to become creative solution providers for their own lives. Wealth. You are the wealth. You are the bread. You are the great fortune. You are the courage. You are the wealth. And they wanted it. They still do. They're still out there plotting and planning, but they're not able, their work is, they can't focus, and they're not able to cause you a misfortune. So it's like these people are just, I don't know, man. So they could be seeing things from a new perspective. It could be that they are being released by the high priestess in this because she's not a false person, or you're not accepting false people. They're going to prison. It's like you're not even dealing with them in this new thing, right? Because you're very, very satisfied in your friend and lover. You have a personal transformation. Like you're both satisfied with each other. You're working very well together. You're very strong together. These ones, this devil is in a freaking heartbreak. They're having trauma. They're in grief over this courtship because they couldn't bring you sorrow. They can't cause you sorrow. They have to surrender your pathway and the need to try to control it. They got to let it go because you are the sun. You are the happiness. You are bringing well-being. You are healing. You've got this beautiful healing energy. They have to release your path. They have to surrender it. It's yours. They're afraid. They're this devil energy. They're feeling trapped. A mature man and an old woman. This older woman wanted your pathway. She wanted your youth and control of your money and all of that. But they can't reflect the love and the deep affection and caring that is in your heart. They can't do it. It's not in them. They can't mimic it. And you've got victory here. It gives you a victory. They cannot mimic you. All they can do is act. All they can do is pretend. You've got a victory here because they can't pretend. They can't pull it off, man. It's not in them. They're just a bunch of devils with all this hatred, and they want to cause misfortune in everybody's life while they're spending the wealth that belongs to those who actually have love in them. This great fortune that is within them, it doesn't belong to these people. They don't know what to do with it. They just want to have big houses with golden toilets and hammers, and they want to walk around like they're all this or that, while the rest of the people have little. But you take your wealth, which and you're doing with it what is supposed to be done with it. You're pouring the prosperity and the abundance into the environment, into the territory, into the life that is there. You are revitalizing, rejuvenating, lifting everything up, and sharing with them opportunity to learn how to become their own creative solution provider in their life, in their household, in the land, working. And Spirit Divine said the other day that it was going to be, what did they call that? Well, the future is going to be based in unification. It's like everybody's going to be working together with symbiosis, right? They will rely upon each other. So everybody, is going to benefit everybody if everybody can be their own creative solution provider. Because when the great heads come together with all of this beautiful way of seeing the world and these solutions, then it will happen, right? Everything will be raised, everything will be lifted, everything will be protected, everything will be managed in a good way according to the whole, not just some dictator who wants to, make you suffer so that you can have a little bit of gain if you do what you're told, right? So we've got mice in the reverse, which is discord among friends and family. You've got a positive outlook here. It could be that people see you that you're not bringing discord to the family. You've got a positive outlook. You're not here to mess with anybody. You're not here to screw with anybody's life. But these people are arrogant and boastful, right? And they just want to fight because they're in a 5 of Pentacles and they don't have wealth unless they steal yours. They haven't earned it. They don't know how. They can't. They can't reflect love or care. All they are is mice, sowing discord among families, framing people with trickery and illusion. And you've got the bird flying. The bird is flying. You're out of there. The separation is about ready to happen. News is on its way. Firecracker in the reverse. It's like excitement. So in the reverse, people aren't very excited about this, right? They can't focus on their work. You will be shown the way. You could be a fair woman. And romance is in the air. Love, look at that. It's the money path. A path with money is waiting for you. So we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and shut this one off here. I hope that it brings clarity to something you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.